Hey guys, before we go into the board games, I just want to show you guys the how we're gonna board. I don't think we boarded for our first set of games. That should already be on YouTube. You guys should already have access to that. But we're gonna try it this time since we actually know what to board. And yeah, I'll go first because I'm better.
Destroyed me the first game of games. Whatever.
Okay.
That's my list.
Okay, so yeah, I can't play this list because I don't have voices. So we tackled the augurs in favor of the Voice of Resurgences. In favor of the Voice of Resurgences because we know it's safe to assume that he's going to take out Pillar because Pillar is just absolutely horrible in this matchup. So we board in the Voices. And I mean, of course, he can next level us and leave the pillars in, but
game 3 pillars will come back in. But I didn't see Voices main game 1.
So yeah, so these are direct swap. We board out one of the Restoration Angels because we're losing the Augur engine, so we'll have less targets for the Restoration Angel value. She's still really good, but we still have 6 4-drops in the form of 3 Angels and 3 Adepts. Board out the Simic Charm just because I don't know if we could find like a better card to board out, but I don't know if it's that good in the matchup. So we have 2 Tamiyos in their place, and then the Syncopates, as I said in the first game, maybe the second game. It gets worse over time, and these games are really grindy, so they do go to turn to like 10 plus. So we board these out for a couple hard counters in the form of Negate and Dispel. Brandon.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, like you said, we're gonna try boarding up the Pillar Flames. I didn't see Voice of Resurgence main. It's kind of okay to assume that it would come in out of the board, but you don't really know. And there's a game 3 for that where those will come back in, and hopefully he doesn't side out the Voices and counter. But that's a lot of work. We also took out the 2 Thunder Mohawk Kites. They're good, but they competed for the same spots as Tamiyo, and I just think Tamiyo's probably a little better here. It's fairly easy to protect Tamiyo in these matchups. You're not always putting on a lot of pressure, so I think she'll be fine. In the place of the 2 slots of the pillars, we put in a Cavern of Souls. This deck doesn't run a Cavern of Soul main because it has the Slayer Stronghold there. So the Cavern of Souls needs to come in. We're not cutting a land, we're just adding a land. That also puts us at 26 land, so it helps us with Aetherling to smooth that out a little bit more. We're swapping the Izzet Charms and the Syncopates because both of those counter spells are not the best they could be in this matchup. Izzet Charms obviously sweet if somebody taps out, but I get the same effect out of the Dispel that we're bringing in. Dispel, instant speed, just counters it, and then Counterflux, the overload counter, helps just win the counter wars. So it just helps the fights a lot in my favor. Also, I have to bring an Oblivion Ring. I wouldn't necessarily like to bring an Oblivion Ring, but I did see Pikes and lost to Pikes, and that just can't happen again. So Pikes need to come in during this matchup. So we're boarding out 8 cards, and we're boarding in 8 cards. Because this isn't M14 yet, we don't have the crazy swap rule, which could totally change things. But so far, this board seems fairly straightforward. My main goal after board is going to be resolve Aetherling and hope that it gets there.
Cool. Alright, so that's kind of our 2 cents on the boarding process. We'll end the video here and start back up with shuffled up decks for best of 3 boarded games. So, yep, watch out for that, and see you guys later.